Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633, and today I'm bringing a review of the Bionicle 2015 Skull Slicer set. Now, Skull Slicer is one of the new villains released in the second wave of the Bionicle sets, and he's also part of the $15 range of the sets released in the second wave. Now, what's cool about it is that each of the sets actually includes a corrupted version of one of the masks. The Mask Makers versus the Skull Grinder set obviously came with the Mask of Creation, so it doesn't have a corrupted mask, but the other sets all have a different version of the corrupted mask, and sorry, it's trying to fall out of my hands. So you can see it's the corrupted version of Liwa's mask, and it looks really nice. Basically what it is that they took the normal green clear piece, but then as you can see, the color actually changes to a more goldish design, so it's like a pretty cool design overall, and I think it looks really nice. So basically it's like the golden masks that each of the sets of the Toa had, but it does have a little bit of the green corrupted color onto it, so that looks really nice. Anyways, we'll now take a quick look at the box. As you can see, since it is a part of the $15 range, it's one of the smaller boxes. He's made from 71 pieces, which is not bad, I guess, for a $15 set. Shows a really cool picture of the character, the mask. The usual comic strip that these Bionicle sets are featuring. The picture of the unfortunately repainted Skull Spider's mask, which is kind of lame, but at the same time it's understandable since I'm not going to go into the full details, but there's actually a whole backstory supposedly going behind why he has this. And then the usual way that they combine. So it's cool that they have a lot of those features here. Now, going on to the figure itself, we'll now be going on to a little comparison. First, we'll take a comparison with Liwa here. As you can see, even though he is a part of the $15 range, he is still shorter than the Liwa sets, so keep that in mind. Here he is next to a $20 Toa, which I once again have here, Tahu. He is quite shorter than Tahu, being a $15 set. And then, here he is next to Guardian, which obviously he will tower over. Just, he's still a bit on the short side, as you can see, since he moves almost to his range, if he's just a tad bit taller. But anyways, we'll now go on to the figure's articulation and the gimmicks that he features. Articulation-wise, all of his shoulders, since he has forearms, are on ball joints which allow full movement on all of them, as long as you hold on to the body, since the gimmick does kind of move along with it. He does have full joints in the arms, and he also has wrist articulation as well, since most of the Bionicle sets are mostly made out of ball joints. Said is on a ball joint as well, which allows full movement, and it does have that gimmick, which we'll get to in a minute, as long as we keep the mask back on, since it does pop off sometimes. He doesn't have any waist articulation just by the way that they're designed, but he does have full-on hip movement. He has full movement in the knees as well, and also pivots on the feet as well. Now, his gimmick, basically what it is, as you can see in the back, he's mostly made out of gears. When you turn this dial, he'll go into a slicing moment, so it makes sense since he is the Skull Slicer. Each of the hands have this really nice looking sword, which unfortunately, if I remember correctly, actually repeats throughout the villains, but they just use it in different ways, so I guess they can kind of get away with it, and it is a cost-saving measure. What's cool is that one of the hands actually is holding on to this chain weapon, which is in a very nice red shade of translucent plastic. Now what's cool is that this can actually hold on to one of the masks, and as long as you attach it properly, it will be able to hold on to it. So that's really cool that he has this feature. Now, just like the other sets so far, he does have the spring-loaded, well, not spring-loaded, but it's kind of like friction-loaded mask shooter. So we're just going to shoot off the mask. And then, just to see how it looks like with Liwa's mask on it, which looks actually kind of hilarious. It just doesn't really match the body at all, besides the fact that he does have a lot of green parts. So that's pretty much all it is in terms of matching. Just by design-wise alone, it does look kind of strange. But anyways, just to look at a little comparison how the mask looks like on Liwa, though, we're just going to take out Liwa's mask and then place on the corrupted version. And then, I have to admit, the mask looks quite interesting on him. I think the mask is a really nice touch that each of the sets do contain another version of the mask, so it just helps with another for those who probably grew up with the original series. Just kind of bring back the mass collection aspect again, and also it's cool for those who are new to the line as well. Overall, I think this is a really nice $15 set, and it's definitely worthwhile. I still enjoy the fact that each of the villains mostly have a unique design, besides the fact that they do have repeated parts just for cost measure, but I think this is a very nice set, and it's definitely worthwhile to the $15 price. This one I've actually, if I remember correctly, got at Target, since it actually has appeared at stores outside of Toys R Us finally. So it's really cool that I was able to pick this up. So anyways, please comment and subscribe, and check out Hirotaku for the latest in Hero news. Also check out the Gideon blog, which is a sub-site for Hirotaku. Also check out the channels down below, including the WRW podcast. Check me out on Twitter, Darkon633, and hopefully I'll be able to bring more Bionicle reviews in the future. Anyways, I'll see you YouTube. Bye.